Okay, now that we're on done with page 9, move over here to page 10. So again, the first thing you want to do, guess what I'm going to tell you to do? Yep, you nailed it. Page 10. Make sure you get that nice and bold. So when I'm grading, I can be like, yeah, that's right. For this you're not going to need, no, you're going to need just as much stuff. So we need our word compound. That's our word that we're focusing on this page. You're also going to need this little square. That's from that last sheet of the squares, compounds. And I think that's all we're going to put on this page. We're going to do a few notes as well. So pause the video, get those, and you're going to need the picture for compound, which is this one right here. The one that says carbon dioxide, CO2. So pause the video, get that stuff cut out, ready to go. Okay, let's get started on, not that, put that to the side. Our word, carbon dioxide, that's not a word, compound. Let me zoom in, focus. Okay. So a compound, again, this is a nice long definition. Ugh, you're the worst. A chemical combination. So it just means things put together. Like think about it like a combo meal. That's like when you get the hamburger, the french fries, and the soft drink together. So these are a bunch of things being put together. Combination of 2, like the number 2, or more elements. They are formed when the atoms of 2 or more elements bond together. So these have to be atoms of different elements. So you can't have just hydrogen or just oxygen. It has to be like water, where it's H and O, hydrogen and oxygen. Which leads me into this question. What is the most famous compound? Hint, we drink it every day. If you don't drink this every day, I'm trying to find out where the microphone is. You should. It's H2O. It's water. So we're going to circle all the compounds. We just said that H2O is a compound. So not only do we need to go through and eliminate ones that only have one atom, so we can eliminate hydrogen by itself. We can eliminate sulfur by itself. They have to have different elements. So this is 2 atoms of oxygen. Are those different? No. This is 1 atom of sodium and 1 atom of chlorine. Are those different? Yes. Circle it. 2 atoms of nitrogen. Are those different? No. So we only have 2 compounds. If we remember on our other paper, molecules, these were also molecules. Cool. So don't forget to answer question number 3. How does the picture that I picked out for you represent the word carbon dioxide? Or not carbon dioxide, compound. So you're going to get that stuck in up here at the top. Not too high, not too low. Got plenty of space on this page. But we're going to have to do a little bit more writing later. So I just got that stuck up at the top. And you're going to get this guy and a highlighter, a marker, a colored pencil, something to get it together. So we've got reading along together. Compounds. Compounds are made up of atoms of 2 or more different elements. So make sure you underline that word different. And 2 has to be 2 or more different elements. Just color this in because I like coloring that in. Feel free to do the same. It just makes your page prettier. The way the molecules bond together form a crystal structure which determines the shape of the object. So all molecules look different when they get formed together. And that's why they look different. So if you've seen like cold carbon dioxide, which is dry ice, it looks like really sharp and kind of more rigid because it looks like this. And then caffeine, like what's in Coca-Cola or coffee, is a lot more powdery because it has these smaller, more soft molecules. So this is just a fun fact that we're adding in. So get that glued in. Underneath our word compound, then we are going to do a few notes. Hopefully not too many. So yeah, our word compound. So your page should look like this so far. And we're going to work starting down here, underneath that. So remember, pause this at any time if you need to get caught up. There we go. My hand is definitely going to be in the way. Okay, so we're going to first talk about some examples. So I like to do stars. You can do a dot. You can do a dash. So sugar is a compound containing carbon. Remember that's a C. Hydrogen and oxygen. Its molecules are made of several, that means more than one, different kinds of atoms. That's what makes it a compound, since it has these three different elements, these three different atoms in it. That's what makes it a compound. Okay, next note on that. Okay, so you can skip a line if you want. You don't have to. If you run out of room down here, you can always write them up next to that paper. So, important thing to remember is that compounds have different properties. That means they look different, they smell different properties from the individual elements on their own. So hydrogen by itself, carbon by itself, and oxygen by itself all look different. But when they form in the right combination, they look like sugar. They have the properties of sugar. As we talked about on the last page, for example, water would not seem anything like water if it were a bunch of separate or individual hydrogen and oxygen atoms. So remember to pause the video, make sure you get this caught up. You're going to need 2 to 3 different colored markers here. So I want you to, when you see the word compounds, I want you to underline it in your first color, compound, compound. When you see the word atom, I want you to underline it in a second color, atoms. And when you see the word elements, I want you to underline it in a third color. Looks like elements are right here. I only have one. Do I have a fourth color? And to get a fourth color, I need a fourth color. And underline the word molecule in a different color. That wasn't as thick. So make sure your page looks like mine. And you are done with page 10.